Being a man is what you make it. You can't always live up to expectations. You try to please everybody while you struggle, so you fake it and end up out of balance, compromising situations. As a good man, do what he should, man. I'll give everything he has and do everything he could, man. You might find yourself feeling all alone inside a house you built that you don't recognize as home. And that's what my daddy told me, and I'll tell my son the same. Now that I'm older, I relate and I actually feel his pain. He never cried, he might have lied, but he did not complain. And he said, son, one day you'll have to do the same. I get emotional when I stop and think and I look around. Beyond the county lines of my small town, I think about all the men out there who feel like I do now, who are screaming on the inside but won't ever make a sound. We cannot ourselves understand. We can't explain. How we know how we feel, how we feel inside that hole. That hole. Not about how we feel.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Holy crap, I was over here just, don't mind me, I'm just dying during the intro.
Do we need to
Hopefully,
call
you guys are having a
911?
yeah, hopefully you guys are having a better Monday than I am. No. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Men Caring for Men. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend. Hopefully you got to rest, relax, maybe take a day off. I know a lot of people was first weekend of kids being back to school or weekend of prep before the kiddos go back to school and all that jazz. Um, so hopefully you were able to kick Monday right in the arse, as Leggy says, right in the arse. Ah, but this is Men Caring for Men. It is a nonsensical network show, production, presentation, whatever you want to call it. We're part of the network. And Blaze is still filling in. Blaze is still here in the building with me. We're
I
sleeping hard.
am. I am. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Glick?
I think Blaze and I are the two hardest working guys on the network.
I don't like that. I don't like being associated with the word hard work.
I thought you were going to say associated with the word hard.
Depends on how much whiskey I've had.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we appreciate y'all being here. We appreciate y'all checking out the shows. If speaking of the shows, if you're not already, we do have the socials. We are everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. You can also watch the shows Monday through Sunday, and I'll get into that later on in the show. I'll tell you guys about all the different shows. But you can join us Monday through Sunday here on the network and enjoy the shows live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And you can also listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at the Nonsensical Network or the Nonsensical Network or whatever. Or you can simply just go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. And all those links are going to be there. Including, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special brand new link as of yesterday. Shout out to Nikki, my fiance, because this is her baby, the Nonsensical Nonsense Spreadshop.com, which is actually our merch store. We now have merch. We don't got a lot up there yet, but we do have network shirts and hoodies, and we also have Nonsensical Nonsense shirts, hoodies, and some coffee cups and some water bottles and some stickers and all that jazz.
Nice.
If you go to our bio link right at the very top in all caps, it says merch. You click that and it's going to take you straight to our merch store, and you can scroll it and take a look at it and see if there's anything in there that tickles your fancy. And if there's something that you'd like to see in there, let us know, and we might be able to make it happen.
My list has already grown. I got dildos, and I got joint wraps, and I got toilet paper.
I'm just going to go buy a couple stickers and go to the Lion's Den and buy a couple dildos and just mail them to you. Here's your official Glick's House of Music dildo.
Get your official licensed Nonsensical Nonsense fleshlight.
But yeah, no, so I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited to have the merch finally. I know I was talking to Benj earlier. He said he's going shopping when he gets off work tonight. So, and I imagine, yes, it's our network and our shows, and I created everything, but even I have to buy the stuff myself. I'm gonna imagine this weekend I might be placing an order myself for a couple things for me and Nikki, and maybe see if the kids want anything. So I'll have to get them something school appropriate, which would be like the Nonsensical Nonsense shirt, probably. Because unfortunately, the network has beer mugs on it, and that might be frowned upon. I mean, you could just say it's apple juice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They can't wear that kind of stuff in school, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But no, check out all the network, or check out all the social media. Check us out. Check out the merch store if you guys are interested. We'd greatly appreciate that if you would. And let me go ahead and get this copy real quick. And give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. Don't forget, this is a new thing we're trying on Mondays. We're going to drop, well, maybe I am. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is Jeff's job. I think I figured it out. Yay, I figured it out. Got the link there in the chatters box. Anybody who wants to come up, the invitation for men. This is Men Count for Men. It's a men's mental health podcast. So any men that are out there listening, if you guys want to pop up, just hit the link in the chat, and you're more than welcome to jump in. You can take part of the conversation. You can got something on your mind, you got something on your chest you want to get off, you're more than welcome to come up and do so. As much as I don't like saying the words, it is what it is, and we're just going to say it, run with it. It is a safe space. We encourage all men to talk, to come up and be a part of the show, and just share what's on your mind. That's what we're here for. If not, you get to listen to us talk. And we are not experts by no means. Neither one of us have degrees in psychology. Nope. We've just lived life and been through some shit and seen some shit. Blaze is a veteran. I am not, but that doesn't mean that we.
I like to fall on some of the tools that I've learned during my experience through mental health facilities. Yes, there was one facility, but my mental health journey of recovery. So it's kind of where I glean my info from. So
yeah, it's based off of experience. Life in general. And I think I can speak for both of us. I think for the most part, you and I are both in a pretty good spot in our lives.
I'd like to think I'm
For the
still
most
working
part.
at a better spot, but yeah.
That or
Oh
we're
yeah.
that or we are Academy Emmy Award caliber actors.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Give me the Golden Globe, buddy.
Yeah, I'll take an Oscar. Hey,
I
yeah. Where's
think the Golden is
where's
the
Kevin?
Golden Globe an acting award? I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't
Where's
know.
where's Kevin Spurtis at? I need one of his Emmys. You got like 6 of them. You can afford to give one away to me. No,
There you
no.
go.
But as we like to do around here on Mondays, we like to kick the show off with a little weekly bro check, even though
Your voice cut off. We don't hear you. Hello.
give me one
There.
second.
Yep,
Oh,
there it goes.
I gotta get a new cord for my microphone.
I heard weekly bro check, and then after that you went silent. Excuse me, everyone. I'm battling a bout of heartburn at the moment. What's up, Brian? He's at the gym. Hell yeah, dude. Get pumped listening to us. That's right. You can get pumped at the gym while listening to us.
Yeah, buddy.
Because we're here to make you sweat. Sweat to the oldies, men.
Men can for men.
Oldies edition.
Uh oh. I might be in a whole world of trouble over here.
Oh, that's some technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is probably not going to be a good thing.
45 minutes later.
Yeah, right. This is not going to be good for events that I have coming up. Oh, we're back. Okay, we're back in business.
Don't you miss the days where if you had a wire issue, you could just run down to Radio Shack real quick? I miss those days.
Yeah, right.
I miss Radio Shack.
Well, Brian, if you get back before a half hour before the show ends and you want to come up, let me know. Or hit that link.
Yes, everybody hit that like, subscribe, and that little notification bell. Because when we come on, we'll make it go ding.
Ding dong.
No. Okay. Didn't it?
Ding, fries are done.
Oh, that's an oldie. That's an old E-Bombs classic right there.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding. No, what I was saying before I had, thank God, all I got to do is like put my mic down on my headset. So if I do completely lose my microphone, I'll just do that. But I do not need my microphone to go out right before I'm getting ready to do an event outside of the house.
No, you don't.
No, what I was going to say was, Mondays, we like to do a little thing around here. We call it the weekly bro check. And any of the guys, if there's any men listening, actually, I don't care who you are, man or a woman. If you're listening, we're going to do a little weekly check. Let us know how your week's going. Let us know how everything's going for you. Hopefully you had a good week, a good weekend. And hopefully your Monday started off going pretty good. But it's kind of redundant, but we still do it nonetheless. Blaze, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Just waiting. I start class in a couple days. I could actually start my English now if I want to. It's already posted, the classes or the course, because it is all online. I was actually thinking about starting tomorrow because the first module is just like introduction, the supplies you need, etc., etc. And I gotta go online and buy my books, but that's about it. Other than that, I am good. I'm just kind of like in a state of anxiety, happiness. I said anxiety. A little bit of fear, a little bit of excitement, like all at once.
Oh, with the going back to school thing.
Yeah. It's not like anything bad or anything. It's just your normal like, about to kick shit off in the academic world, and
yeah,
I'm
like
waiting.
the normal things.
Yeah, I was sitting there going over a little bit of the module for English, and it's a fast-paced writing class. I'm like, I don't like the fast-paced part.
Can we get a slow to medium pace?
You know what? That right there would be a good way to meditate. Just watch Brian just fucking flip meat on the grill.
Yeah.
It's that sizzling and the popping and the.
I was disappointed and sad yesterday. I didn't get any my Sunday meat picks from Brian. So
Oh,
I'm feeling a little down in the dumps tonight, Blaze. You're gonna have to carry the show.
you know what, Brian? I think you need to make it a habit to pop up on Saturday nights with some meat porn. And I'm talking about like steak and ribs and chicken, not like not hot dogs.
We
No hot
we have a rule on Saturday night: no wieners. Like, hey, come up with some meat porn, Brian. Now, so do you have to order like actual paperback books for your classes, even though it's online, or are they
No,
online?
actually, so ASU uses a program called Canvas. I think it's used for other things in the video editing and video world. But it's the basis of their like online classes through them, and they got like a ASU online bookstore. And I'll just buy a digital copy. So,
Oh, nice.
but if I want, I can pay extra and have it printed out and bound and sent to me. But I don't need that. But it's so the first time I went to college, and I actually had to buy the hardbound books, and they were like $200 plus. So when it was time to look at buying my books, and I have to thank the VA and the taxpayers for paying for them.
You're welcome.
I need 2 books for my English class. One is like $46. The other one's like $30. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. So I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, no, I remember when my ex-wife went back to school. She had to buy her books, and I'm like, what? How much do you need? Like, yo.
Yeah, it's not. It's like in a lot of, I won't say a lot of people, but when I first started going to school, like for my associates, I didn't realize that when I was like, I'm gonna sign up for classes. I'm gonna go get my writing utensils and my notebook paper and my composition book and my calculator.
Yeah.
Backpack, woohoo, back to school, and then it's like, I need these 3 books for this semester, math and English, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a second. You can get horse cheaper than you can buying fucking college books.
Yeah.
No offense to cheap horse.
Yeah.
Because,
No offense to
Yeah. See, like Brian just said, used. And that's the thing. I bought my books used too back in the day. And yeah.
No, yeah, that's. I mean, I think there was 1 or 2 books that she had to buy brand new, but even we went used. But even still, she went used, but the price for the books was just it made no sense at all, because it's like, it's just gonna resell this back to you guys or whatever you do with them. I don't know. I didn't go to college. I'm not the college type. I know that I'm not the college type. So, that's, I'm not going to waste my time, energy, and money and do something that I knew wasn't going to pan out at the end of the day. But it's just like $300 for a book that you're going to buy back for $100, when she's done. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, sell the book for like $50 and then give her the 25 back when when she sells it back to you goofies. But that's it. I mean, I was trying to tell my daughter that because she's going to be looking to go to school. I'm not sure when she's wanting to start, but she's doing all online courses and whatnot. And I said, I think you're still going to need to buy books. And I just so you know, they're probably pretty damn expensive still. I said, I don't know if it's all going to be online right there for you. I don't know how that works, but I said, just be prepared. That if you got a job while you're living at home, save your money for the necessities, A, getting your driver's license, B, getting a car, and for your college stuff. And that, if you're staying at home and you're not moving out, then that needs to be the priority, are those 3 things. Don't go blowing your money on all kinds of goofy, silly shit.
Now, a couple things when it comes to those priorities. One, for the books. Anybody out there about to go to college or thinking about going to college, there are ways to buy used books. There's even book exchange programs for low income college students where you can just borrow the book. I think I forgot what the website is. That's
Yeah.
if they have it available. As for a car, though, I've noticed this younger generation, if they're like city bound people, they usually public transport, or they live close enough to walk, or there's usually some sort of transportation system for college students. I noticed that when I was in Oregon,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
She's doing everything online. I just want her to get her license in a
Yeah.
daggone car because I'm tired of driving her butt back and forth to work. Not that she literally works, less than 5 minutes from the house, but when she closes, she don't get off work from anywhere between 12 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And you know who has to stay up on a work night until 2 o'clock in the morning until she gets off work? This guy.
Daddy.
And then I have to turn around and get up at 6 o'clock.
I was just about to say what Brian said. Get her a bicycle. They make those e-bikes now that
I've told her.
pretty economical.
I have told her a million times, hey, you can ride your brother's bicycle to work. I'm not going to ride I'm not going to ride a bicycle to work. Okay, well, then I guess get you a good pair of walking shoes. I mean, I don't know what to tell you there, kiddo. I mean, when I was your age, I already had my own place, had 3 cars, I had 3 vehicles, and, I was working 2 jobs. So I don't know what to tell you at the end of the day.
Yeah. Different time, different ways to get shit done, I guess.
I told her she should get a scooter too. It's just, I'm not going to be seen on a scooter. I'm like, it's better than what you got now. At the end of the day, shit, I was looking at buying me one of the damn scooters when I lived down in Charleston just to get around and go to the gym and go to the grocery store and stuff. After my wife and I split up, I'm like, I spent $2,000 and get a nice little like moped little thing. I don't know. Everybody drove them down there anyway, so it's not like people are going to see me and go, "Oh, that guy's driving a moped." Shit, I'll get me a nice little Vespa. Drive out me.
Yeah. 250cc scooter, brand new, is about $2,500, and you can buy an e-bike cheaper than that nowadays.
Those e-bikes are really cool. If I got, not that I don't not get out of the house. Obviously, I get out of the house quite a bit, but I don't have time to like go for a bike ride.
Yeah.
If I had time, I would love to get myself one of those e-bikes because I would ride like 10 miles and then be like, I don't want to pedal back. All right, just flip over to the electric and just drive my ass back home.
Where you live, I'm curious. I know this is. I'm looking at a BMW 650 GT scooter. Damn, it's not bad there, Brian.
That's not bad at all, bud.
Do you live in a city or do you live outside of the city?
No, I actually live in town.
Okay. Does your town have like a lot of bicycle lanes?
I don't pay much attention. I think the main roads do have bicycle, but they also have sidewalks. So you can ride on the sidewalk and stuff like that. I honestly don't pay much attention because I live in one of those weird hybrid towns where, yes, technically, if you look at it and you look at it on a map, it's a city, but it's grown over the years, but it still has that small town vibe. You know what I mean? Because it used to be a small, but it still has that small town vibe to it. So where like literally I can go less than 5 minutes and I've got multiple restaurants, like sit down restaurants and fast food and Walmart. I mean, Walmart is right in front of me. It's like not like right in front of me, but 2 minutes away, 3 minutes
Gotcha.
away. And Kroger's and stuff like that. And then I can go 10 minutes the opposite direction. And there's another town. It's Heath, which if you're from here, Newark and Heath are basically the same thing. But there's everything I have over here, I have over there. Super Walmart, Kroger's, Target, Aldi's, whatever. And then all the, we got tons of restaurants and stuff. So, I mean, we're in town, but it still feels like a small town vibe for the most part.
Okay.
You don't get that big city feel to it. What's going on, Leggy?
Gotcha.
But like I said, she could easily get a bike and ride it or whatever. I mean, and that's the cool thing. Like if I was able to get one of those e-bikes, the bike trail is literally, it butts up to the property where we live, to our complex. So I mean, and the bike trail, I could ride that son bitch from here to Indiana if I wanted to. I think I don't know how far it goes. This bike trail stretches miles. So,
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but if you use Google Maps, you know how it shows you like the minutes and miles it takes if you're driving.
Mhm.
Now, it'll also tell you the bike, if you're riding a bicycle or if you're walking. And the thing with the bicycle, I noticed in the last place I lived, Google Maps has all the bicycle trails mapped out too. So if you click the little bicycle icon, it'll take you to the bicycle trails and stuff. So you're not like going the main road and it cuts through shit. It's pretty cool. It's pretty dope.
That'd be pretty cool. I think I was looking at it. Well, I know we were playing on it one night on the show because I was like, how long would it take to walk from Ohio to Cancun? But I have looked at it before when when I first got down to where my buildings are, and I was trying to figure out like where to get something for lunch at. And when you put in a restaurant that's only a couple minutes away, it automatically brings up the walking map.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let me click on the bicycle. And when it does that in downtown Columbus, it's obviously a major metropolis or a major city, whatever you want to call it. But it does break down the bike, like the bike where the bike paths are on the roads. What roads have the bike lanes. That's the word I'm looking for. So there is that. But I don't know. I'll have to pay attention next time I'm out and about. I just never pay attention because literally, like our main roads are sidewalks on either side of it. So it's still, like I said, it's still got that small towny feel to it. But anywho,
how you been doing, man? How's your mental check?
I'm honestly, man, I'm doing good. I'm super excited. I'm super excited with everything that's going on. Obviously, we got the merch store now, which I'm super grateful for Nikki because Nikki's kind of taken that project on. Obviously, I'll add my 2 cents, and we'll all kind of when it comes to designs and stuff like that. But for the most part, that's her baby. I'm grateful that it's up, and I'm super appreciative that she's taken that on. So it's not one more thing I have to put on my plate at the end of the day, and I have to worry about. But yeah, now I'm just super excited and a little bit nervous about a couple events that are coming up. Obviously, doing the MCing Labor Day weekend, that Saturday night for the Southern Outlaws. Southern Outlaws band. I'm a little nervous because I've never been in that situation before. But super excited for the potential of other opportunities that it could open the door for.
Good.
And then the following weekend, again, doing the 1-year anniversary bash at Buckeye Axe Throwing. Again, nervous because I've often talked about and said that I want to do live events and take the show to a live event, but I don't know how it's going to go. So I'm nervous about all the what ifs, technical issues, internet issues, mic issues, camera issues, whatever. But again, hey, what's going on, Hoodie? What's going on with you, brother? But again, I'm also really excited at the opportunities of being able to get involved with the community here and being able to hopefully take the show or shows multiple, being able to do different things around the community and be an active member of the community and take part. I've always wanted to be active in the community and do things around town and whatnot. So the opportunity is there. Nikki and I was talking about it yesterday. She's like, this could lead to more things for you. You know that, right? And I said, well, that's what I'm hoping because the owners of this axe throwing place, they're locked into the community. They're locked in. They do a lot of things. They got a lot of friends in a lot of places that could potentially move us around and do things for us as well. And it's just nerve wracking because a lot of things could go wrong. but also exciting because I wouldn't have thought 3 years ago that I'd be where I am today, or we would be where we are today as a collective. So, I'm definitely feeling good about it, man. Feeling real good.
Good. Hey, Hood. Glad you're doing good, and thanks for checking us out live. Oh, have you taken your laptop and shit up there and just checked out the Wi-Fi and see how it rolls?
Not yet. So I think we were up there yet. Well, we were up there yesterday, and I didn't even think about getting on the Wi-Fi because we were so wrapped up with the merch stuff. But while I was there, I was kind of scoping out the lay of the land, and I was like, they have a big table when you first walk in, and I was like, I could set up here, but it doesn't really. I can see the extra in lanes, and whatnot. But then they've also got like a upstairs balcony area. And I was like, this would be great if I could get like a tall table. But then I also thought about maybe getting a stand and setting my phone up there, bringing my phone on board, like into the StreamYard, and just I'll mute that microphone so it doesn't give me any feedback or any issues. Yeah. But I'll be able to get a shot from up above and be able to see the lanes. Hopefully, I don't know where they're going to do like the beard competition stuff at. So we got to figure out all the logistics. I'm hoping I want to talk to Nikki. Maybe I can go up there one night when the kids aren't here, when she works, and see if I can meet with the owners and kind of see what their plans or what their ideas are and set something up. But from my understanding, the internet's pretty solid.
Good. I think that's probably going to be your best or your most important thing to have is the Wi-Fi. I think you should be fine though. You'll figure it out. Just do it. Do you have a DSLR camera or something like a camera that you can Wi-Fi? Because I know StreamYard you can do multiple cameras now.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to get an external camera for my laptop as well.
Okay.
I want to get one anyways, just to use for normal use. But the one I'm looking at has built-in mics. It's 360 swivel. So, Hoodie, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you up in the Northeast Ohio area? Just relax. Just relax and breathe. Oh, I will. See, I'm nervous now, but that's the thing. Like, once a microphone is in my hand, like I know I'll have nerves until I start talking at the concert. Until I start, and then shit's just gonna come fly into my head because I do my best work off the top of my head. Once we get there and we're set up. Yeah. Once I'm there and I have the laptop set up for the live event, I'll be fine. It's just worrying about all the what ifs in the meantime.
What if Godzilla attacked at the same moment? See, don't worry about the what ifs.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like there is that too. I'm not in a rush. The event starts at like 1. I'll be in and out. I won't actually. So I'll have plenty of time to test all my equipment. We won't actually go live until we go live at 7:00. But I want to do some things like on my phone and get some videos and some pictures that I can throw up on social media early on in the day and everything like that. But yeah, I'm not going to be rushed to set up equipment. It's just me. So it's like laptop on, laptop hooked up, microphone on, and I'll go up there early in the day and come up here and do a test and make sure everything's wired up, linked up. Hell, I'll do a test here at the house to make sure all the external stuff is working. All the extra stuff that'll be hooked up. Yeah. So worst case scenario, if we do start to have technical issues, I flip it on the fly. I go to my phone and I'm doing the show like this on my phone.
You need a production assistant or like a cameraman or something to follow you around now, like fucking Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, right.
Leggy, yes. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's
Yeah,
she's a tech geek. She
Yeah,
is.
poor Leggy's been having all kinds of tech issues at the fridge.
She's the queen of the geek squad.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately for me, for me it's kind of a basic, keep it simple, stupid setup. So, but no, like I said, again, like Blaze says, who knows? Godzilla could attack right as we go live, and then I don't know, that could either create great content or just a huge bomb.
Some Cloverfield shit. But man, I have a question for you. With work and family, and you're about to get, you got a fiance and you're taking on this huge project of stepping the network up, man. How do you find the balance in your life?
That's a good question. Because I don't know.
It's a good segue too, huh?
Yeah. I just looked up at the clock and I was like, we're going to take a real quick break.
But when we come back.
What's that?
I said, but we can get into that when we get back from the break, right?
Yeah, we get back. Yeah, the panel was great today. What I got to hear, what I got to see, they were cool. But we're gonna take a real quick break, and then when we come back, I will answer. Maybe we will. Technical difficulties already. Then when we come back, I will answer Blaze's question, because that's what we're talking about today. Let's do a little. James Luker here with "Counting My Days." I like this song. Little James Luker with Counting My Days. Good check him out on all the social media. Show him some love. He's doing his damn thing. Can't wait to have him back on the show. Get that interview done. But in the meantime, you guys can go show him some love. Speaking of showing some people some love, make sure you guys show us some love. We got all them socials. We got all the live shows. We got all the podcasting. Listen anytime, any place. So go to bio.link/nonsensical network. And don't forget, we now have merch as well. So you can wear our shit. You can let all your friends know that you're fans. Yeah. You can let all your friends know that you like the Nonsensical Network. I don't know if that's going to work out in your favor or not, though.
I was going to say, if you guys in the audience have your own shirt and merch, let me know, and I'll wear you on me, and you wear me on you.
Yeah. Sounds borderline serial killer-ish. What are you wearing?
I was channeling my inner Ed Gain.
Yeah. What are you wearing tonight, Blaze? Thank you. Thank you. I'm super stoked. I'm really excited for it. I'm definitely very, very appreciative and thankful for the quote unquote honor and privilege to be a part of it. Not only getting to do the gig, but getting to be a part of that event. It's a great event. It's for the disabled veterans. So that's awesome. And all the money's going to that DAV chapter. So can't be more excited for that. Anywho, we are back. Welcome back to Men Caring for Men on the Nonsensical Network. He's Blaze, I'm Glick. And we're talking about tonight, we're talking life balance. We're not doing a very good job of balancing the show tonight, but
I think we're doing a fine job. Fine job, sir.
We always make it happen. We're talking about life balance. You know, everybody always says, you have to have that perfect. Well, not that very many people do. Let's be honest. I was one of those people. I didn't. Years back, I've never had a good work-life balance. I spend most of my time at work and have very little time at home. But life balance in general, I'm talking more like life being family, kids, significant others, obviously your job, and then personal time, because we all need our personal time. We need to do things that are for us. And especially, as this being a men's mental health show, we got enough on our plate as it is, men, guys, from providing and all that stuff and working and they asked me a really legit question. How do I do it? I don't know. I'll be 100% honest with you, man. I thrive and complete and utter, I call it organized chaos. So fair, I just carve out a little bit of time for everything. Obviously, I have to do my 8 hours at work. I come home, got a couple hours before the shows. And if the kids are here and Nikki's home, we kind of hang out, eat dinner, might watch a little TV. Then I come and do the show. And then afterwards, it's mine and Nikki's time. We watch TV, watch a couple shows that we watch. And then, I try not to let podcasting stuff interfere with life. You know what I mean? So one of the reasons why I started uploading episodes the day after or the day of that we do the live recordings is because I would sit there on Fridays for 2 hours or more uploading podcast episodes. So it's just, yes, I do love podcasting. It is, I don't want to say it's a hobby. It's more of a passion. Obviously, I've said it before. This is a dream of mine. I would love to reach a point where I am doing this full time. I am making a living doing this. This is my job. And then, then I'm able to be a little bit more flexible when we do shows, when we don't do shows, when I'm doing shows or whatever. But and then that balance, that work-life balance is so much better.
Yeah.
But I have things that I enjoy to do, just me, without the stresses of work or family or podcasting and whatnot, that I don't really have the time for. And I can tell when I have to force myself. And something simple as playing video games for me. That's my happy place. But I can tell when I'm starting to get overloaded and I have to force myself. Look, sit down, give yourself an hour. Don't think about work. Don't think about podcasting. Don't think about the kids and whatever. Just sit down here for an hour, play your video game.
Yeah.
Because it starts to wear on you. And it does affect us. I think that's what happens a lot of times when you don't have that happy medium with the balances with men. And when we start to go to those dark places.
Yeah.
And the depression starts to creep up or the anxiety starts to creep up. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. In the days leading up to the concert, my anxiety level is going to be through the roof.
That's normal. That anxiety is going to be normal though. But I think I think one thing you had said, sometimes you have to like force yourself to sit down and play video games because it's one of those activities you enjoy, and it's like your escape from work and other obligations in life. And the funny thing about it is we get so busy that I think we forget to schedule those down times. Like, yeah, we have to okay, Monday through Friday, I have work between this time and that time, dinner with families around this time. Okay, I need some me time. I need some video game time, a hike time, dog times. Like, you literally have to remind yourself to put that in the schedule of your daily life, because those things are important, because without those, everything else is going to fall apart too. It's like, again, like we're talking about, there's this balance, and we got to find that balance. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
What up, Chris? Appreciate it.
Was Chris up here the other night?
Yeah, Chris did come up Saturday night.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he popped in. He popped in Saturday. No, exactly. And like we were joking last night, because I'm like, hey guys, just want you to come up for about a half hour. I want to make this announcement about the merch. Super excited about it. Nikki's super excited about it. And that turned into an hour and 45 minutes or some shit like that.
Oh, it did. And I also want to say that the audience showed up too, and they seemed pretty excited. So that half hour turned into like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, it almost turned into like a spontaneous, right off the cuff, like a little bonus show. And I'm gonna actually repurpose that, and I'm gonna shoot it up onto the Spotify's and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be like a bonus nonsensical nonsense or something, just a we had a big announcement, and we decided to, and I went out last night, and I was like, Nikki was on the couch playing on it. I said, I'm sorry, I really truly thought that I only planned on a half hour. She's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Everybody was excited. The chat was going. She was in the chat. She's like, it's all right, don't worry about it. I kind of
she was in on it too, so you have no blame to shoulder.
Yeah. Not yet, Chris. I probably will this weekend. I'll probably put an order in for a few things. Not everything is up yet. Some things are still under review. I don't know why some stuff went up and then other stuff's under. I don't know what that is all about, but it said it could take 2 to 3 days for the shop to be fully opened and everything to be there. But for the time being, everything is 25% off for the first 2 weeks that the shop is open. So, yeah, no, man. Typically Sundays are my days. Nikki works every other Sunday. The kids are gone, so there's Sundays that the kids are gone and Nikki's at work. That's one of the few days during the week that I have all to myself with nobody here, and I enjoy it because I watch movies, I play video games, I sit around and lollyfuck on my phone. I don't. I didn't know you could customize the shirts like that.
Yeah, a bonus, right?
Bonus. Hey, shout out to the store, man. I didn't know you guys could customize it. There you go.
Ooh, I can get one on the back. Oh, I can get blazing on the back of mine.
But yeah, that's cool. I'm actually, if I didn't realize that, I'm definitely going to throw Glick on the back of mine.
You get the
Then maybe one day
champion
we'll
on the
do a
back.
giveaway. Yeah, we'll do a giveaway, and we'll give away officially game worn shirts to a winner. You can have a shirt that the Glick wore.
Yeah, one day you could buy Jeff Sweat in a bottle too. No, no.
We would have to do a top giveaway for Jeff's shirt.
No, I said Jeff Sweat in a bottle.
You know that some people would do that, but no, man. Yeah, you know, and that was one of those things that I learned. You know, like I said, when I came back home, you know, when the split up happened with my ex-wife and everything, I was in a real bad way. Like I was in a real dark place, and it wasn't just from the divorce. I mean, it was life in general, and me never reaching out for help or never talking to anybody, just bottling shit up, and that was one of those. Like I said, my Sundays are my Sunday. That's part of that balance. But there's also times throughout the week where I just want to come home from work, and I'm like, all right, I know I got 3 hours before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a half hour on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And Nikki's like, yeah, here you go. And she hands me the controller, grabs her Kindle, or she goes and cooks dinner or whatever. Or there's times where we're sitting on the couch and it goes without saying, but I think she's noticed, and God love her for this, because I don't think I've ever been with anybody that's ever noticed any of my weird quirks. But if my anxiety's getting the best of me or something, I fidget a lot. I'm a fidgeter, or I restless legs or whatever. And there's been times where we're watching a TV show and the show's over, and she's like, "Hey, why don't you play Call of Duty for a little bit?" Nothing else is said. Just play a few games of Call of Duty. And then my anxiety goes down. You know, I throw my headphones on or turn the game up or whatever. Because I'm that type of guy. I have a sound bar. I like to turn it up when I play Call of Duty real loud. So, you know.
You feel like you're in the game.
Yeah. So, you know, and it's just that little bit of time to just not worry, you know, personal time, special time. And going to the gym is like that for me. Granted, I haven't been able to go to the gym as much as I would like to as of late, but you know, it's one of those sacrifices you got to knock out when we've only got my car right now. We're hoping to remedy that soon.
Yeah.
But and I just can't I'm not sporadically go to the gym guy. Like I'm not going to go to, oh, you're off Wednesday. All right, I can go to the gym and then not be able to go back to the gym for a week or something like that. Like, but going to the gym, that was another one of those things for myself that I enjoyed doing, to just kind of, it's about centering. I think at the end of the day, you're kind of centering yourself, bringing you back to that happy medium at the end of the day.
I think for me, juggling everything, it's building a routine where I fit everything in a certain place and I go through that routine. Granted, I was, excuse me, I have to remind myself that a routine can be interrupted at any point in time, that I need to adapt and change with that and not get frustrated with it. Yeah. That's my thing. But you had mentioned, okay, so this one goes for all of us, even in the audience. I know when we talk about life balance, these things we carry around in our hands can be a total destruction of those balances sometimes. Mm-hmm. There's been times where I'm like, okay, I have to do something in 30 minutes. Let me sit there and fiddle on my phone. And the next thing I know, 2 hours has gone by. I'm like, what the fuck? Set alarms, people. Set alarms. No, but I think sometimes we get distracted by things and we can lose that balance. And I think it's important to stay focused. To maintain that balance. We're going to falter. We're human. It's going to happen. Don't get me wrong. Like, I haven't been walking in like almost a week, and I have to remedy that tomorrow. But I think getting in a good routine, I'm not saying, like, I know some people are always like, get a daily planner, write it all down, schedule on a calendar. But
Yeah.
some of us don't do that. Some of us don't live our lives like that. But I think it's a good idea to maybe like worm a mental note somewhere in your head that you can easily reflect on. Like, oh, it's 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, I have little timers and stuff to remind me to do shit when I need to do it, but all in all,
No, the phone's 100% could be a serious distraction. Lord knows I've gotten, it's like, okay, I know I need to set up the studio. I know I need to download music. I know I need to, do 8 different things to get the show ready. All right, I'll do it at 6:15. And then I'm fucking watching YouTube or I'm playing a game or whatever. And I'm like, shit, it's fucking 6:45. God damn it. But I'm much like you said, I'm very routine. Like this is how I go about my daily business. This is what I do. And I'm every once in a while, it's not as bad as it used to be, but I'm trying. That's one thing I am trying to get a hold on is when there is a curveball or a monkey wrench thrown into my routine, not getting angry and frustrated because I am notorious for that. Like I've got this, and this plan for the day. This is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing. And then curveball comes out of nowhere and I'm just like, God damn it. And it just throws off my whole freaking chi for the day or whatever you want to say. Like, I'm just like, but yeah, that whole writing stuff down. My boss and I, we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. I'm not that guy. I mean, it might work for you, but I said I'm not that guy. You don't lock me in. Like from 8 to 9, you do this. From 9 to 11, you do this. Well, I said, that's not me. That's not how I roll. I said you have to understand. I might be working on 3 different projects all at the same time. I said they're all going to get done. But that's just how I'm wired. That's how my brain works. So you're not pigeonholing. That's counterproductive for what you're and then it's going to make things crazy. So I was like, let me do my thing. If the buildings aren't falling down, they're not on fire, and nobody's complaining. No issues, you know what I mean?
Well, that's like on. Sorry, I'm getting over like some kind of cold. I got a lot of congestion and pollen in the air, but which is really weird. It was windy today, but the allergies are up. Friday, I had got an email. So I'm going to ASU online, so they're like 3 hours ahead. So I have to work off an Arizona time zone when I deal with class coaches and administration and whatnot. So I have to wait till like 11 o'clock or noon to call or talk to anybody. But Friday, I get an email like at 7 something at night saying there is an issue with some confirmation for school through through the Pat Tillman Center, which is the veterans. Do you eat dairy? Sometimes dairy can make you pollen allergy worse. Actually, you know what, Poet? I don't. Well, I do, but not a lot because it messes with me. But I had ice cream a few days ago, so I know it's not that. But I appreciate you looking out. No, I do. I have a thing with dairy. I have to I love cheese, but
are you borderline lactose?
yeah. But Friday I get that message and it's like the email, I read it like 8 something, but it was sent to me like 7 something. Of course, it's their business time there in Arizona, but it's not the business time in Lexington where my veteran CRE counselor is. So there's nothing I can do. It's Friday night. There's nothing I can do until Monday. But there was an old me that would sit there for those 3 days and just dwell on it. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Is this going to like set stuff back? And, I would work myself up over it. But now it's like that, when that happened on Friday, it's like, well, I literally just had to tell myself there's nothing I can do about it till Monday morning. So there's no point in even it being on the forefront of my thought process for the weekend. I just made a mental note Monday when I get up. I actually set a reminder on my Alexa, hey, remind me to call blah 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 at certain time. And that's kind of the way I do it now. I don't because those hiccups are going to happen because I thought I had everything in all the pegs, all the T's were crossed, and I's are dotted. I'm ready Thursday to go to college, and I get that fucking email Friday. I'm like, oh God, there's like only a few days left.
Yeah.
But I didn't let it get to me. And, I got up and I took care of business and I wasn't frustrated. Anxiety didn't fuck with my anxiety or anything. I just, I dealt with it when I could. I didn't make the problem bigger than what it really was, I guess. So, and those little things help.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be able to flip that switch and be like, all right, there's nothing I can do about it. And that's something that I do now. When I leave work, when I clock out of work, I flip the switch. I don't worry about work. I don't think about work until I go back the next day, until I clock in the next morning. I used to take work home even up until a couple of years ago, man. Something would frustrate me at work, and I would come home, and it would be on my mind, and it would be on my mind until I went back the next day. And it was just like, I got to stop doing this because now I'm coming home, and I'm frustrated and I'm aggravated. And it was maybe about a year ago. I was finally, maybe a little more than just a little over a year ago, I was finally able to go, you know what? I need to be able to turn off work when I'm not there. Mm-hmm. Obviously some things you don't turn off. I'm always thinking about something with the podcast, but not necessarily in a negative light. I'll be 100% honest with you. The last 3 years, a little over 3 years of podcasting, there's been a lot of aggravation and frustration and whatnot that's gone into it. But these last few months, man, have been just amazing because now I'm thinking about all the good shit and like what can we do to continue to be on the path that we're on as far as a quote unquote network or shows or whatever. So that's a different way of thinking. So it's not like it's living in my head rent free, like got this fucking co-host who's a jackass or this other show that's just driving me up a fucking wall, like because they're all about themselves or whatever. And it's just like, no, I could just be like, hey, I gotta map out for my guests. I know I've got guests lined up. Okay, I'm getting close to the not having guest book. Let's get on it and start booking guests and stuff like that. But again, I try to do that. Like usually I'll come home from work if Nikki's got to go to work. I'll play a couple rounds of Call of Duty, and then it's like, all right, let me get on my phone and start reaching out to people.
Yeah.
I
have a hard time doing that. I'm not that type of people person, and that's probably why I don't have anybody for Friday. I'm not going to lie. I am not that kind of person because when I'm not doing this, I try not to think about it. I'm the same way. And I've gotten, so I used to be really bad at it because being in the military, when you're not at work, when, you're still on duty, I was always on call. I had, I was always on standby, and there was moments where I was with the family. I got a call. It's like, well, sorry, whatever we're doing now, we got to stop. I have to go to work.
Yeah.
And that kind of really makes it hard not to not dwell on work when you're at home. It took me a very long time to get to the point where when I'm not at work or not doing something that is work related, just not to think about it. And I think I've gotten to the point where I've gotten too good at that. When I'm not dwelling on work, it's like it's the furthest from my mind, and I'm not thinking about the stuff that I could be doing to help the workflow. But at the same, it's just it's something it's a hurdle I gotta work out because I just took this project on, and it was a project I took on myself. I got college coming up, and there was some other things I wanted to do. I had to sit there and tell myself, I was like, Josh, stop. You're putting a lot on your plate, and you haven't even started class yet. And that's going to be like 30 to 36 hours worth of fucking schoolwork I got to do a week. Full-time students. Like, I can't be adding stuff to my plate because that's not even on my plate yet. That's going to be a huge chunk.
Yeah, so, then there's that, like, trying to switch school off when you're not doing school, which is not easy to do either. You know? No, exactly. And I'll tell you what, I have this mindset of I feel like I'm bothering people when I reach out to them to be a guest on the show.
Yeah.
So what I did is I just simply went to a little AI chat or a little AI thing, created this message that could be easily interjected to anybody, any genre, and that's my way in. I'll send it.
Okay.
If they respond, and it's an invite to come on the show, and then if they respond, it opens the door for conversation, and then we start to converse back and forth. I tell them more about the show. I tell them, more what it is, what we'll be doing. It's not your typical interview, quote unquote interview show. And then that makes it's made that process for me so much easier.
Yeah.
And I don't get in my head about it to where it's like, oh man, I really want to reach out to this person. Well, I don't want to bother them. I won't do it. Now it's just like copy paste, boom, I send it. It's really not it's like I said, it's essentially a knock at the door. And if they open and respond, then I'll go from there. I don't feel like I'm bothering somebody.
Fair enough.
And that's exactly what I'll create another one, because I talked about wanting to maybe see about trying to get some wrestlers on the show or people in the wrestling business for Cash's show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna create a message just to, like I said, just a simple knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? Be interested in having as a guest. If you respond to it, you respond to it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Also I'm not gonna sit here and bother you every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, the notification sits there until you open the message. If you open it and you read it and you don't respond, okay, cool. That's all I need to know. If you don't, if it's not open, I'm not gonna freak out about it. Eventually you'll open.
Fair enough.
But no, I think that's been one thing that's been like for me trying to quote unquote control my depression and anxiety. That's one of those things, was just realize. Also, this is kind of a two-parter, but realizing that it's okay to take time out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to think before, if I did something that I enjoyed that was like a break from the monotony or whatever, that I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I was a bad guy because I wanted to play video games for an hour or whatever, or I just want to go to the gym. And then I'd be like, I feel like an asshole because that's an hour and a half that I could have been at home with the kids or been doing stuff for work or whatever. But it's like, okay, no, you're not a bad guy because you want to set a little bit of time out for yourself.
Yeah. And you're not. We need our own time, even if it's like daily. I mean, I don't think we can all live our lives the same and expect. We can't sit there and expect the same time obligations from each other at the same time, because we all have our own different lives. Because you and I both know that we need our own downtime. Well, your spouse does, your children do, your parents do, and it's all different.
Yeah,
it's all different interests and times to focus on those interests. So, I mean, I think as long as we keep that in the back of our mind, I think we'll be okay with it. I know I am. It's like, I know I need my downtime because they need their downtime. So it's only,
No, that's been a huge factor with, like I said, just feeling better in general and not having. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's been a hot minute since I've had a bad day, quote unquote bad day. But just realizing, hey, find that happy medium, that make the time that you need to. Obviously, you have to go to we have to go to work. We have to pay the bills. You got me for 40 hours a week job. This is the time that you said I work 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. So you get me for 40 hours. There are those random times where I might get called in for something, or I might have to stay a few minutes, whatever. But you get me for 40 hours. That's all I'm giving my brain and my body, the physical and mental aspect. You get 40 hours a week. Nothing outside of that 40 hours. And then
That's why I don't like the idea of salary jobs.
I've done salary jobs, and I will always do hourly any chance I can.
Don't get me wrong. I think there are a few jobs out there in the workforce that a salary position makes sense because the job demands some sort of on-call status, like fire department, law enforcement, EMT, kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
But anything else outside of that, I mean, it should just be a fucking hourly job. Get paid for the hours you put in. Don't get paid for this. It's
and I've done, like, I worked for work and it was salary based, but it was also commission based.
Yeah.
You got, all you had to do was finish your route. You didn't even have to do anything, and however much your route was worth, you got like 21% of it. So, or whatever the salary or commission. And then on top of it, they had this weird, crazy overtime system if you worked over 80 hours or whatever in a week. And it was like 80 divided by your salary, divided by 40, and then time, bobbity, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It came out to some weird ass random number, which for me, I did do a lot of overtime when I was there. So it was like, it came out to something weird like $5 an hour or some crazy shit like that, But I was doing a lot of overtime, so it worked out at the end of the day. But no, I mean, that was one of those, like, look, when I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. This is your time. And then, like, I know, and that was one of the other things we had to do with the podcast, because we were getting out of control. We were doing shows, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then adding in the new shows, and they were going 3-4 hours. And I was like, look, guys, we gotta button them up. We gotta clean them up. Saturday night is Saturday night. We all agree that's a 6-hour show. That's Saturday night. That's how we get down on Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. We're old. We don't go out to the bars. We don't go clubbing. We sit at home and we podcast all night. But I said the other shows 2-hour minimum. Yeah, sometimes we do go over a little bit on the shows, but I said 2 hours at the most, because it was cutting into too much of my home time, my life, the kids and time with Nikki, and I was like, so no more than 2 hours. Button it up at 2 hours. If I'm doing a show, I'm out of here in 2 hours. Whatever you guys want to do on your shows is fine by me, because that's your shit. I'm not involved with it. I said, but the shows that I'm on, or didn't do 2 hours at the most. I told Cash when we talked about doing his show, I said, we'll do an hour. That's more than enough time. We can come in, talk about whatever. If we go a little bit over, we'll go a little bit over. It happens. Especially if we start getting guests. We might go a little bit over with guests. But we're also doing his show earlier in the day, or earlier in the evening. But it's all about finding and kind of placing those things to where you can have work, life, family, extracurricular. This is an extracurricular, if you will, and then still being able to find personal time. And like I said, I try not to do podcast related stuff, like if Nikki and I are sitting down watching TV, or if we're doing movie night with the kids, or whatever, or if Nikki and I go out. But there are those random times where somebody shoots me a message and I'm like, shit, I got to respond back to this real quick. And I tell you what, it's been, for me personally, now that I've kind of started, chopping out these time frames, it's been a lot better. It's been a lot less stress. And then I still have my time. Like I said, Sundays, typically Nikki's at work. If the kids are here, my middle daughter, she's usually hiding upstairs all day. Cash and I are getting caught up on wrestling, or watching movies, or watching TV or watching wrestling or something, or he's in and out. Last Sunday they were here. Him and his friend were in and out of the house all day, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna play video games, watch a movie, and wind up taking a nap. And
sometimes you end up with a free time you weren't even planning. It's like, oh, shit. Those disruptions in your routine sometimes can pay off to your benefit. Like, I got extra downtime now, so yeah.
But it has been extremely beneficial for my mental well-being. Like I said, this last year and a half has been such a drastic turnaround from where I was 2 years ago. And it also, I think it also, not only do I feel like I'm a better person to be around, better partner, better dad, better employee. Some people who've been around for a while, you knew how quick I was to fly off the handle and look for a fight when we were not look for a fight, but accept a fight when we were podcasting, when we would deal with assholes. And now it's just like, yeah, I see you. I can choose to ignore you in the chat. Now they don't even come in because they don't get no rise out of me. I don't care. Fair.
And I know this is just my observation, and I hope nobody takes any stake in it, but this is just from my observation of what I've gleaned from some of the people I listen to. Dude, I think during that COVID period, like, it didn't matter who you were. I'm not saying this for everybody. There were some people that I knew that really was able to handle that stress well, better than I could. And I think a lot of us just lost our fucking minds.
Oh, agreed. 100%. Absolutely agree. For me, and I've said this a million times, my life didn't change during COVID. I was quote unquote dubbed an essential employee. I don't know why I was delivering auto parts, but whatever,
Fuck it.
But I was still going to work every day, granted doing the homeschooling stuff. That was a little trying at times.
Yeah.
But it was also nice having my kids staggered in age the way they were. So they helped each other a lot. My oldest one and my middle one being 4 years apart, and then my middle, Austin being 4 years older than Buggy, the Buggy being 4 years older than Cash, and then Austin being 8 years older than Cash, being the oldest. They were actually able to help each other because they had a lot of that school stuff was still fresh in their mind.
Yeah.
And they were doing a lot of crazy ass, goofy ass, like math made no sense to me at all when they were doing this weird core stuff. And I'm like,
oh, Common Core. It's actually not that difficult. It's been kind of the way I think Common Core is actually like sort of like a simpler way to do it in some ways. But
I've always been really good at math, so I just do math in my head. And they're like, you have to take this and move this here and put this here. And I'm like, just go 5 + 4 and then count it and write the answer. If you can't figure it out, well, I have to show my work. I don't know how to show your work on that. 5 + 4. Draw 5 check marks and then 4 check marks and then put 9 beside it. I don't know what I like. And then my daughter would come in and she's like, I got it. I'll help Cash.
I'm in no way.
Okay, thank you.
I'm in no way a mathematician. I am not. I'm not going to sit here and say I hate math. I'm not the most math, but I'm just not a mathing kind of person. The way I look at math, it's a language that explains. It's like a language that coincides with science to help explain physics and stuff. But when I discovered the laws of logic and I learned about those, it actually made math easier. Because that's kind of what math is built off, is logic, rational logic. Things like excluded middle, law of non-contradiction, and law of identity. Those are like the 3 main ones. And learning those kind of helps me out because I can look at, 1 × 1 is 1 because, well, the law of identity. But, So that kind of helps me out, but I hate doing it. I usually like to apply logic to rhetorical arguments and commentary and shit, not so much to numbers, but there's
Yeah, no,
some there's some overlap there. I just prefer words than numbers.
yeah. But no, it's just like I'm not breaking down calculus in my head, or I can do some simple algebra, some simple geometry, whatever. But I'm not like breaking down all basic math. I'll break it down in my head real quick, but it's just like, yeah, So for me, and I mean, I can only speak for me personally. The whole COVID thing, my life didn't change. It was still day to day, normal routine. Go to work, take care of the kids, all that stuff. But I seen people. I witnessed it from people, not only online, but in my personal life, that they absolutely lost their fucking minds because they didn't know. Most days they didn't know what day it was, and they didn't know if they were coming and going anymore. They weren't. Like I had a buddy of mine that the first few months he was working from home, and he's a single guy, no kids, whatever, and he was like, "Dude, I drink like a case of beer a day."
Oh shit!
I'm like, "Why? I got nothing better to do." I said, "Aren't you working?" "Yeah, I'm fucking hammered doing my job." And I'm like, "How's that work out?" He's like, "I don't know. Everybody else is hammered too." And I was like,
"Well, if you can't beat them, join them."
Yeah, and then we come out of COVID and everything like that, and I was talking
Everybody's
to him.
alcoholics.
He lives out of state, and him and I were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I had to go into AA and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He said it was starting to affect. He's like, things are kind of back to normal. We're doing a lot of companies that gave the option to work from home. Some of them went to a hybrid work schedule where you come into the office a couple of days of work. He's like, I couldn't stop drinking. And he's like, I wound up going in and getting, checking myself in to a rehab facility to get cleaned up. He's like, I'm in AA. I'm doing the whole 12 steps. And I'm like, "You're not an alcoholic though, bro." He's like, "You should tell me." He's like, "I don't know what to tell you because I wake up in the morning and the first thing I want to do is go crack a beer."
Wow.
I'm like, "Damn, dude."
Scary.
I was like,
scary.
just from sitting at home, because I would have loved to have the opportunity to sit at home for a few months and get paid for it. I could have done so much,
Okay, Chris said he can add his logo to the back of the. Damn it! Sorry, my bad.
Calm down, Chris. There are shirts. Full on customization over here.
Fuck yeah! Options, gotta love them.
Yeah. We are in no way, shape, and/or form affiliated with Chris Technician or his brand.
I don't know. I might if it's cool enough. I don't know his brand. I might like his brand. I might want to be associated with it.
Maybe
I might not either.
Yeah. No, but yeah, man. I mean, but I think a lot of it with COVID is, a lot of people just felt trapped. You know what I mean? They just kind of felt trapped and they didn't know what the hell to do with themselves. And I think that's where we've seen a lot of the crazy drama that was online. People were discovering broadcasting for the first time, and they're like, "I have a pedestal. I can say and do whatever the hell I want." And then they were like, "Yeah, no, it's not exactly how it works."
This is true. There was a lot more people online. I was, I kind of kept it. There was this, I know we're so off topic, but at this point, there was a gentleman I worked with that right there at the kickoff of COVID, he was bragging how he was starting to buy into these streaming network stocks or something like that, these small startups and shit. And they were going good too. He was bragging about it. I was like, "Dude, once this is over, they're gonna go down." He's like, "Nah, we'll be fine. This stuff's here forever." I'm like, "Why is everybody so?" One thing I didn't understand how people thought that was gonna last forever, but But there, as things were trickling down and people were coming back to work, and there wasn't this big push for streaming and online conferences and all that. Yeah, he started to be like, man, I'm starting to lose money now. So yeah,
No, yeah, no, exactly. There's so many. That's why with the fall of Haps, I told Jeff, I was like, if we have to take a break, we're going to take a break, but I'm going to find something legitimate for us to go to and still be able to do the show and still multicast and everything like that. And we've been here ever since.
Yeah.
And I love StreamYard. I know other people like Restream, and they're essentially the same thing. It's just mechanics are different. The mechanics are a little bit different, and it's just more what you prefer.
Yeah.
But you see people who now are so lost, and they kind of take it as a badge of honor. They're like, I was on Haps, I was on Vocal or Bippity Boppity Hippity Skip.
There was Meet Me. I think People of Fish had a streaming thing.
Yeah.
There was Meet Stream Me. There's You Now. There's the Gab. There's the Cantina. There was, like you had said, Haps and Periscope, and hell, even Twitter had their thing for a little bit. I think they still have it. There was a lot of them, man. It got crazy. What's up, John?
What up, John?
COVID made a lot of us vulnerable, especially those of us who were extroverted. No, I think, yeah. See, I was okay with, but that happened at a time in my life that I was going through a very drastic change.
Yeah.
Not a positive change in my life, and it was a lot of craziness. I thought it said I fucked a lot of people. It fucked a lot of us up and made us small. Wait, did I hit that twice?
No, it's two different messages.
Oh, okay.
One's more detailed.
You're right. And if there was people I probably wouldn't have entertained had that not been a thing. Absolutely.
Oh no,
John's in the house. What's up, John?
Yeah,
I keep seeing John a lot around here. I appreciate you, John. Thank you.
John's becoming a
regular.
Yeah. We're becoming like Cheers around here on the network. Everybody knows your name.
Where everybody knows your name. I love that show.
That's a great show. I wonder if I can find it somewhere. I haven't watched it. I haven't thought about it forever. That was a really good show.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And you see these people. You see people that are bouncing, and every time they go to a new streaming site, they think it's the next best thing. It's the next, because they're still trying to find their place. And again, little off topic, but not completely all the way off topic, because it's about finding that balance. And this is where we found our balance here on StreamYard. And I love StreamYard, and I don't mind. I hear a lot of people go, "Well, I'm not going to use StreamYard because you have to pay for it." Yeah. I don't mind paying for it because it's a good service.
Yeah, well, StreamYard's not really a streaming community as like Periscope or has. It's a streaming platform. We use it to upload to other sites. But yeah, I like StreamYard.
Yeah, I wanted something to where I could, other people claim that they were the first multicasters, but they're not. I'm not even the first multicaster, but when I envisioned this show and doing it from Jump Street before, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to find a platform where we could go to multiple platforms at the same time. And that's how we stumbled onto Haps. Mm-hmm. And at the time I was like, I really don't want to pay for it. I'm not in a position to pay for it. That's why we didn't start with StreamYard or Restream or whatever. And it was like, this will do for the time being. And even while we were there before in London, we're going to go somewhere else eventually. We're still going to be able to multicast onto all these different Facebook and YouTube and whatnot, but we're just going to move it somewhere else that's more beneficial to us. Being here, I'm able to download the audio, shoot the audio right over, upload it, get it where I need to get it. It just makes life easier, faster. And I'm not, where before I'd have to download the video. I had another app on my phone that once I download, or not my phone, my laptop, once I downloaded the video, I could then take that video and remove and then download the audio from that video, and then I was able to, I was like a 4-step process. It took me hours to get a show or two uploaded. This is just more streamlined. It makes my life easier, and again, I spend less time doing this, and I have more time to be with kids or Nikki or doing my own thing. You know what I mean? So, it is, and I think that's what happened during
Thank
COVID.
you, John. Appreciate that.
People were just so, I don't know if it was bored or what it was, but their balance was so out of whack, and they just wanted to live right here in front of a camera. And I agree. I don't think I would have entertained a lot of people if I knew then what I know now. I would have avoided a lot of issues and a lot of problems. But we were still new and trying to figure everything out and trying to do things. But
so we're sitting here talking about life balances, and I know we're talking in particular about our own, and I don't really want to shame anybody's actions, but one thing that I find kind of disturbing, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm over analyzing this, but there are some streaming sites out there I've noticed where people will do what's known as a sleep stream. Like they'll stream like all day long.
Yeah.
They'll never turn it off. And then when it's time for their bedtime, they'll just turn off the lights and go to bed, but they'll leave the stream going on. And so you can watch them sleep.
Yeah. And people do, like thousands of people do.
And I don't know. Like, I don't want to sit here and come out and say, hey, that's just unhealthy. There could be a very good reason that I'm missing, but
I don't think there is.
I don't know. I feel as though if I were to either participate in a sleep stream, like just turn off the camera and go to bed and let everybody have the opportunity to watch me sleep, I think something might be wrong with me if I were to do that. But if I was one of those people sitting there watching people sleep, I think it's somehow kind of a little bit even more kind of disturbing. Like I said, I don't want to put these negative connotations around the activity, but
it's weird. It's weird, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind the amount of people that watch it.
Yeah.
It also blows my mind how much money these people make.
Some people do make money off that stuff
because they're sitting there throwing gifts at them all night long, and it's just like,
it's like, did I miss something? Did they snore and I missed it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's really kind of discouraging and disheartening for people who create actual content and actual content creators who try to put something together entertaining, and you feel like, hey, we really did a show last night, man. We had a great conversation, and then you look and you're like, only had 3 people watch, whatever. Meanwhile, this jerk off is fucking just sleeping in his bed, and 300,000 people
views.
300,000 people watched him. He's got 1 million followers, and he just made $10,000 overnight. Like, what the hell?
I'll tell you this. Knowing what I know from basic training, if I had a camera and had access to go into barracks while people were going through basic training at night and stream them sleeping, I know that sounds creepy, but when I was in basic, like the stress got to us, and we would talk in our sleep, and we had to do rotations where we were called dorm guard. We had to walk up, make sure people were safe. I guess it was just some weird thing we had to rotate and do once an hour every night. But we would walk through, and I remember one night I'm walking through, and some dude is dead asleep, raises up, puts his hand on his cheek like this, puts his other arm, and starts hailing a cab in his sleep. Like just stuff like that. I was like, that stuff would probably make some money on a sleep stream. That's just legitimately funny.
Yeah.
But
it's funny. I mean, I've accidentally passed out on streams. Like you said in there. I've accidentally passed out on streams. I think Rocky has some I think Rocky might have some screen recordings of me passed out, drunk as fuck, passed out on the street. And there's like 300 people in there. While I'm like, what are you people doing with your lives? You know, like, hey, but yeah, I'm not going to shame them because, hey, if that's your thing, if that's what you're into, if you enjoy watching somebody sleep, hey, more power to you. You know, it's just like, it's kind of weird to me, but hey, maybe that's how they find their balance in life. You know, that's their personal time where they just unwind and relax. You know,
I've never streamed when I was that tired again. I don't blame you. I don't like streaming when I'm too tired. If I'm tired and I'm in a stream and it's like been a couple hours, I'm like, sorry guys, it's bedtime for me. All right, I'm tired.
That.
I'm not. Yeah,
but I've done that. It's just like, I'm going to bed. Y'all do whatever you want. I'm out.
I do want to balance my schedule in life one time to where I can do a 24-hour stream. I'm not sure how I can pull that off on StreamYard because they only let us stream 6 hours straight.
Well, you can. I think you can stream as long as you want. I just realized that if we go any longer than 6 hours, when I go to upload it, it won't allow me to upload it onto Zencastr.
Oh, but YouTube.
We've done 8, 9 hour. I think we've done up to 10 hours on Saturday night on here. I have done a 36-hour stream on Periscope, and I did a 24-hour stream on TikTok.
Well, if I ever do a 24-hour stream, it's gonna be for like a charity. I'm not
purely accidental. When I did the 36-hour one on Periscope, my ex-wife and the kids had come to Ohio to visit, and I was home alone, and I was just like, I'm gonna Periscope. I started Periscoping on Friday night, having a great time, man. Just having a ball, drinking and everything else. And then the next thing I know, it was Sunday morning, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna stop Periscoping.
I didn't know John streamed. I was streaming a couple times where I forgot to end the stream before going to bed. Woke up with more viewers than I had at bedtime. Isn't that creepy though? It's like, oh, it's like just waking up in the morning and there's like a bunch of people staring at your bedroom window, just like watching you sleep. It's like, go away. But I mean, I guess if you leave your own stream on, it's kind of on you too. It's
yeah. I mean, like I said, to each their own. Yeah. Whatever makes you happy. You're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting yourself. More power to you. It's just I don't mean to be. I'm not saying it to be negative. I'm just saying it's weird. You know,
it's different for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely. Go ahead.
I did the 24-hour stream on TikTok again. It just happened. Yeah. I was live. I was hanging out. We was having fun. There was a lot of people in there. There was a lot of chats going on. You know, the chat was coming through. I'm drinking away. I'm like, I'm hungry. I go to the kitchen and cook something to eat while I'm streaming, you know, and then sit down. I'm like, I'm gonna play some Call of Duty while I talk to you guys. And I was playing Call of Duty, and then 24 hours went by, and I was like, holy shit, y'all, we just did 24 hours. You know, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time.
I was just glad I wasn't dribbling, drilling, or snoring. See, and I think people watch to catch people doing that. Mm-hmm. I think in some way that's why people watch. They're like, they're going to snore or say something in their sleep, and I'm going to clip it.
Tony, we actually, I do have, it might be on TikTok. It's, I know I put it up on search. Tony's passed out on this show, on our shows a couple times. We'll be right in the middle of conversation. The next thing you know, you look here. We're like, Tony, yo, man, hey, Tony, wait.
I think I did. I think I passed out.
Sound ass asleep, man.
I think years ago when I first started streaming, when I was drinking heavy, I think there was one time I did pass out, but I didn't have control of the stream. Somebody else had control, so they were able to shut it down, so it was no big deal.
Right?
I
think there's a TikTok that we made where we were right in the middle of a conversation, me, him, and Jeff, and all of a sudden he was lights out. Of course, we laughed and chuckled for a few minutes, and we just dropped his camera down. And then he woke up like a half hour later and came back up. Hey guys, Sorry about that.
It's like
My
that
bad.
friend. It's like that friend you drink with. He'll pass out for like an hour, get back up, and start chugging beers again. Like, I was just taking a break, motherfuckers.
I'm that friend. Oh, I bet. Well, your guys' wonky time schedule difference and stuff, I believe it. No, he did it a few times, man. He just right in the middle of a conversation, and he'd be talking too, and all of a sudden,
I can't do if I'm that tired where I feel like I'm gonna doze off. I'll just go ahead and end whatever I'm doing.
mm-hmm.
I have no bones about that because when it comes to like I'm tired, I want sleep, I want my bed. Like everything else in the world gonna go fuck itself.
Yeah, you're right. I've been there before. We've been doing this show, and I'm just like, you know what, guys? I'm done. I'm going to bed. Y'all, you just do what you want to do. I'm out. You know, and there's been sometimes it's just I've been sick or something, and it's just like I don't have it in me to try to force myself through a show. And it's just like, hey guys, I'm out. Go ahead, do what you need to do. Finish the show, end the show, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm going to bed.
That's why I didn't pop up on Saturday. Friday I was feeling pretty tired because, like I said, I was feeling under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday, like I was thinking about coming up, but I was laying in bed. I had the laptop on my lap. I'm sitting there watching, and I literally dozed off for a while. Like I woke up, I thought I saw Chris Technician in there. I'm like, whoa, he's in the box. Am I dreaming? And the next thing I know, I'm back asleep. So, it was kind of like it. Like that Saturday night, what I watched was kind of like I don't know if it was real or a dream. I don't know. So good.
Yeah. We were all kind of shocked when Chris Technician popped up.
He allegedly would roll over talking to me thinking I was there, but I don't know what's real truth and what's BS anymore. I wouldn't even worry about it anymore. Let he'd tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny snoring story that I got in trouble for? Oh my God. There was this chick I dated. This was, God, I was in my early 20s so long ago, it feels like. And I was seeing this lady and we got in the topic. She had made this comment that I snored. I was like, I probably do. And I was like, you snore too. And she was very adamant that she did not snore. I was like, you snore, people snore. It's no big deal. And she got really pissed that I wouldn't let her get away with having the attitudes like I don't snore. So I recorded her one night. She started snoring, and I recorded her, and I played it back to her the next day. We didn't date anymore after that.
I did that to an ex. Well, it was a different outcome. She laughed at it. She's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know I sounded like that." I'm like, "Yeah."
Not the in my head.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, oh.
I know. I'm not proud of that moment, Leggy. I'm not proud of that moment. Like I said, that's why I caveated with it was in my early 20s. I'm 46 now, 47 almost. I've learned my lesson about not being a creepy young dude.
Don't be a goddamn creepy.
I'm not excusing that behavior. Don't get me wrong.
No, like you said, you were just tired for, like, okay, you didn't come up Saturday, not that big a deal. I mean,
I know it wasn't a big deal.
But again, it's finding that balance. You got to find, hey, man, look, I'm not feeling it tonight. Trust me, there's some nights where I'm not feeling it. It's just like, oh, I can't really call it in. I'm the host here. I can't really call it in, But there have been nights on Saturday nights where it's just like, hey, hey, what's going on, John's on the
John bouncing
John
around.
on the YouTubes now. It's like, no, I'm not going to make it tonight. You guys are on your own.
Well, I figured Saturday night was it. Saturday, so I know the other week you had made it. You're pretty much a co-host on Saturdays, and I meant to interject. No,
yeah.
Saturday night is Glick and Jeff's show. I just like showing up because it's fun. But if I can't make it that night, I'm not going to hold myself to it.
Right? No, Saturday night was, Saturday night. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. We had, Rocky came up. Chris Technician popped in, which was shocked everybody. Brian was up there for a little while, for a hot minute, actually.
Oh,
Then we had
nice.
another guy who came in who has a podcasting network as well. He kind of stumbled across us and was in the chat. And we mentioned the Open Door Challenge, and then he popped in and hung out for a
Nice.
little bit. So,
Good.
So-
I'm glad. Seemed like the last 2 Saturdays was kind of slow on the people popping up, but yeah, I know. Sometimes that happens, and some nights we get a bunch of people.
it's hit or miss. That's the joy of the Open Door Challenge. You
Mhm.
never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to come in. You never know.
Life's like nonsensical nonsense on Saturday night. You'll never know what you'll get.
Yeah, exactly. We never know who's going to come in. I mean, we never know if anybody's going to come in. But I don't know, I think it's just a fun concept to do that you don't see a lot of other people doing, quote unquote podcasting world. And it's kind of like the idea when I brought it to Jeff, it was like it's like calling into your favorite radio station and talking to the DJ.
Yeah.
You come in and hang out as long as you want. And as long as you're not a jerk off, we're not going to kick you out. If you're a jerk off, we're going to kick you out.
There was one night I did 6 hours on here and I was drinking. I wasn't like drinking that much. But I got
you called us
off.
a bunch of gremlins.
That's okay. I'm
we were
okay with being a
we were
gremlin.
multiplying Saturday night, so she called us
Nice.
gremlins.
I started surfing different lives on YouTube, and there's this guy who streams here in the state I am, the Kentucky Atheist, and he wasn't there, but one of his co-hosts or show partners, I don't know, he had access to the stream, and he let me pop up, and I sat there and shot the shit with them. Mostly it was political and theological banter, but every once in a while I'll see one of them guys come through here on a Saturday or a Friday or something, like BS Lewis is one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'll probably be up there. So I know this has turned into a ramble bit, but it's
It
been
always
almost
does.
2 hours. There is a podcast out there that I'm going to sign up to be a guest on, called Dogma Debate. I haven't signed up yet. I don't know what the process, how long I'll have to wait, but I will let everybody know when I'm going to do that. It's not so much like what we do. It's more of politics and theology banter. See where I'm going with this, people. I have other interests.
Yeah.
But
Well, make sure
I'm
you talk
looking-
about us and me the whole time.
oh, I'm sure if Michael asks me, where can they find me, I'll definitely plug the network. But
You got the whole time. You have to talk about
Yeah.
me, the network.
well, so he has this economical bend that I don't particularly agree with, but him and I, the host, has so much other ideas in common that I'm just like perplexed that we differ on this one, and I want to talk to him about it.
Mhm.
So and then they put this thing out. If you want to be a guest, go to the dogmadebates.com and sign up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a one-on-one with Michael Regilio.
Nice.
Regilio is his name. He's a comedian. It's written in your contract. What's written in my contract? What you
have
talking
to-
about, Willis?
That if you guest on another podcast, you have to talk about the network
Oh.
and me the entire time. Anytime they ask you something, so what is your feelings about flat Earth? Well, I'm on the Nonsensical Network, and Glick created it, and Glick is awesome.
We don't
That
have
will
to
be
go
your
down that. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. I know where that reference is from. Dude had a Glick-sized dick in his mouth the entire time.
Not a very big one. I mean, it was Glick size.
Yep. Glick clacks.
You have to mention the network every 90 seconds.
See, that's something else we're going to have merchandise. We're going to have our own fresh breath mints. They're going to call Glick clacks.
It almost sounds like a
But they're going to look
it almost
like
sounds like
tiny penises.
X-Lax, like
It's gonna-
Glick-Lax.
Click clacks. It's gonna be like tiny penis mouth fresheners.
Glickmints. Glickmints.
Glickmints.
Nah, we always have a tendency to go off the rails a little bit at the end of the show, but at the end of the day, you know, you just got to find what makes you happy. And guys, we really need to have that balance in our life. We got to find our personal feng shui, our chi, if you will.
Penis-shaped Tic Tacs. Guess we call them Dick Dacs. Dick Dacs, Click Clacks, Glickmints. Breath feeling nasty, put glick in your mouth.
Enjoy a little.
This is what happens when you have me on here.
This is how we, believe it or not, this is us finding balance in our day.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is all right. So what I'm about to say, it's definitely in line with the show. Like me moving back to Kentucky, and there's not a whole lot of people that I really have a lot of common interests with. It's just I'm in a type of area I'm in my thought process, and everybody's like bars and big lifted 4-wheel trucks, and that's just not my bag, and that's fine. I mean, hey, people want to throw mud. I've done that before. It is fun. Yeah. Anyway, my point being is, since I've been since I gravitated toward you guys' network, because I didn't start off as a host, of course, but I felt a more belonging on a social kind of way, and it's nice. It definitely helps the mind having a social like a clique. Yeah. Yeah,
a little social circle, so to say.
You're very welcome to your thanks. So thanks.
You're welcome. Glad we could do our part. No, and I agree. I don't. You know, I joke around all the time. I don't have
a support network. Thank you, John.
I don't have friends in real life. My friends are all online.
Keeps doing that to me. I would go in to click a comment and another one pops up and I click the wrong one. Yes, a support network. Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm.
Wavelengths, farts, and dick jokes.
100%.
See, perfect. Some wavelengths, fart, and dick jokes, and some weed. See, John just finished that sentence for you, Leggy.
Yep. I'm going to change it up. I'll do something a little different tonight. I'm going to do a little Zay Grassley to wrap the show up with through it all. We're going to play a little music. We're going to come back with our final thoughts and get the flock out of here.
A little kid trying to find my way. I done been through so many things. Long roads, dark halls, prison yards, so many scars, but through it all, I hear my grandpa singing to me. He said, "Sing, boy, sing." He said, "Sing, boy, sing." I traveled these roads so long, I lost my way, forgot home, but through it all, I call a number to hear a voice that's not there. I get scared, but through it all, I hear my brother saying to me, Javen said, "Sing, boy, sing." Javen said, "Sing, boy, sing." A little kid trying to find my way. I done been through so many things. Long roads, dark halls, prison yards, so many scars, but through it all, trying to find my way. I done been through so many things. Long roads, dark halls, prison yards, so many scars, but through it all, he said, sing, boy, sing. Sing, boy, sing. He said, sing, boy, sing. Sing, boy, sing.
I'm becoming such a I'm becoming such a huge fan of Zay. I want to have him on again,
I like
just to
that
hang
mic
out with
he
him.
had.
Yeah, it's a sharp bike. I want to have him on again just to chit chat with him more. We had a really good time and wound up actually having a lot of things in common. I'd like to reach out and have Zay on again down the road. But y'all check him out, Zay Grassley. Go show him some love. He's out there doing his thing, and summer's almost over, but by next summer, I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and guarantee that everybody's gonna be doing that Carolina slide everywhere you go. That's his new song that just came out. It's a dance song. But no, we do appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you haven't already, check out the rest of the network. We got lots of things going on. Monday nights, Men Caring for Men. It's Men's Mental Health Podcast, which you just watched. Tuesday nights is Click's House of Music. I'm hanging out with local bands, up-and-coming artists. We're hanging out, shooting the shit, playing some of their music and getting to know them a little bit better. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I will have the Southern Outlaws Band, and from what I understand, from what Arliss told me, it's going to be the full band in the house. So that'll be cool. Rehearsal night. So they'll all be there. And we're going to have Joshua Lee Nelson in there. We're going to be talking about the upcoming show on Saturday the 31st, I believe, at the Five Fours Distillery, which Josh and the Outlaws will be performing, and I will be emceeing. I'll be doing my thing up on stage, whatever that thing is. I still don't know yet, but I'll be doing my thing. Wednesday nights is What the Fuck News. If it's in the news and it makes us say what the fuck, it's probably going to make you say what the fuck. And if the news story doesn't make you say what the fuck, our conversation about the story will definitely make you say what the fuck. Thursdays, every other Thursdays, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we will be back with Cash's Corner. It's Cash's wrestling show. It's him and I talking about wrestling and just hanging out, father and son hanging out, talking something we both enjoy. Friday nights is Whose Argument Is Anyway? That guy right over there.
Right here, still trying to figure that channel out, but it'll get there, guys. To this week, I'm supposed to be talking about AI and the goings and comings of AI. You know what I found out? That within the science fiction zeitgeist, the idea of AI taking over, being part of our story as humans, came out in like 1800s.
Oh wow, seriously?
Yeah. I was gonna drop that reference on Friday night. If I don't have anybody there, I'll have some videos to share and discuss.
You have to get on the ball and start reaching out to people.
I know. It's just like good night, Leggy. It's just like I don't want to have music interview. It's not like I don't want to do interviews, but just discussions and I'm trying to find that honeypot.
Get you that little AI trick. Just got to put in a brief description what you want to do. Use that, and then just start hitting people up. I mean, you'd be surprised at how many people would be down to have just a conversation about whatever you want to talk about.
I've been thinking about just hitting up TikTok and scrolling through there and finding people like, hey, man, I think your idea, although I don't agree with it, it's interesting. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know who, like I was worried with doing the music show that the way that I wanted to run the show is not your typical interview where it's some interviews are good, but they're also kind of boring. It's like, these guys have been asked the same damn questions 300 times. I'll change the game up a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna ask a couple questions. Obviously, people want to know certain things, but outside of that, we're just fucking hanging out for a couple hours, shooting the shit.
Nice.
You know, and I love it. And the response has been great. I mean, the people that I've interviewed, they're like, it's probably one of the coolest quote unquote interviews that we've ever done. I'm kind of proud. I'm not kind of. I'm proud as hell about that. I think that's really cool. But Saturday nights is Nonsensical Nonsense, the big show, if you will. Unhinged, unapologetic. We never know what's going to happen, mainly because nothing's ever planned or scripted. We just fucking go with it. But we also do the open door challenge. We drop the link in the chat. We challenge you guys to hit that link and come up with us and hang out for a little bit. And then Sundays, we wrap up the week with Jeff's Garage. If it fits in a garage and it's got a motor, Jeff and Benji are going to talk about it. I don't know what's going on with that show. It might be on a little bit of a hiatus just for a couple weeks. I think maybe. I don't know.
I know Benji's work schedule's unpredictable. It's kind of really busy right now.
Benji's super busy right now, so they're taking a little possible hiatus. We'll have to wait and see.
Life balance, my friends.
Life balance, ladies and gentlemen. Life balance. But ladies and gentlemen, you can find all those shows and all of our other social media, well, my social media antics for the time being. I got to get the guys more involved on the social media. We're still working on that. But my antics on social media with random posts and memes and God knows what I decide to post that day. All on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And you can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at the Nonsensical Network. Don't forget, we have a merch store now. We got stuff. If you guys want to rock our gear, we have stuff. We have stuff now. And you can go to that merch store. It's right there on the screen. nonsensical-nonsense.myspreadshop.com. Or you can simply go to bio.link/nonsensicalnetwork. All the links for all the social media is in there. And then right up at the top in big black letters, merch. You click it, you're there. Like, follow, and give us a shout if you'd be so kind. We'd greatly appreciate it. And like Lady said,
go buy our stuff.
Go buy our stuff.
Go spread our logo
Mickey
on your body. Spread shop.
Yeah,
That's why I
spread
say
us. Spread us on your body.
that.
We'll let that simmer. We're gonna let that
That's a
simmer.
long
for a
pause.
second.
Long
We're gonna let that
pause.
simmer. We're just gonna let that simmer. All right. Let it soak in.
Oh, it's simmered enough.
Go buy our stuff because apparently Nikki wants a mini cow and goat farm. So you got to go buy our stuff so she can have a farm.
And the person who buys the last shirt that puts her over the top to buy a goat farm, you get an invitation to feed the goats permanently. You'll be
you
a
can
slave.
come,
You'll be a farm slave. You have to feed the goats all the time. No, I'm joking.
Well, the correct terminology is farm hand. We got to keep it on the up and up and legal. Can't call them slaves. Indentured servant. We can't. Farm hands.
You're going
Also-
to be permanently contracted to feed goats for the rest of your life. So that's all I'm saying.
Don't forget, when you get your first order, there'll be a punch card, and on your 10th item, this guy right over here beside me will meet you behind a random rest stop of your choosing. And you know what goes down behind the rest stops, ladies and gentlemen. A little hot too. Spit on that man.
That viral meme needs to die.
Anywho, thank you guys for listening tonight. Be there tomorrow night. Tune in tomorrow night for Clicks House of Music. It's going to be a fun show. Last time I had the Southern Outlaws on the show, we went 5 hours. I guarantee you, we're not going 5 hours tomorrow night. It is a school night, but we went 5 hours and had a great fucking time. They're really good dudes. So we'll be doing that. Before we get out of here, Blaze, do you got any final thoughts or last words pertaining to tonight's topic?
Well, tonight's topic?
Or not pertaining to tonight's topic?
All I was going to say is, in a world full of Karens, be a Mary Jane.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, be
I
chill.
heard that recently. It's been stuck in my mind. I really dig that.
Be chill, y'all. Be chill.
Yeah, be chill.
Oh.
Like John says, chill, good chills, and good vibes.
Yeah, good chill people, good vibes, dick jokes, fart jokes,
And
and
sometimes weed.
yeah. Well, I always have something planned for whatever the topic may be, and I like this. I've heard this before. I've heard it a time or two, and it's something that I've kind of really let sink in as far as where I am at today. There's no such thing as work-life balance. It is all life. The balance has to be within you.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's better than mine.
Create your own balance. As always, on Monday nights, a successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that are thrown at him. Please keep throwing the bricks because my foundation gets stronger and stronger every day.
Drip.
You see the group of guys I have surrounding me. We're having fun. We're having a good time. Until next time, we'll see y'all next Monday for Men Can for Men. I don't know who will be here with me, but I will be here. We're pushing Connor to get his ass back to work. He's really milking this. He's really milking this whole back surgery thing. Oh, guys, I had back surgery. I need time to recuperate.
He didn't need staples taken. I could just lived with him. No.
Yeah. I mean, I could have drove out there and taken him out for it. I got a pair of pliers.
I got a staple remover, man.
Yeah. I had to perform surgery on Nikki in Walmart the other day.
I should talk Jeff into doing an episode on tools that remove staples.
Do a segment on staple removers. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next Monday with a brand new episode of Men Caring for Men. Tune in tomorrow night for Glick's House of Music. And while you're waiting for the new shows to come out, go check out the old shows. You can watch the replays on YouTube and Facebook, or you can listen to them in your car while you're out and about. When you're sitting in school line, because school's back in. When you're sitting there mad as hell because nobody knows how to drive, just go to Spotify. Turn on Old Nonsensical Network.
And if you don't love me, love yourself.
And make sure you turn it off before your kids get in the car. Otherwise, they're going to ask you weird things like, why would people eat somebody's shit and dead skin? How did that man have a bloody penis?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. It's like Saturday night, every night.
Yeah. What's a dildo, mommy? Your dad.
Take your kids. What is pegging?
Brother.
To all the parents that took their kids to a Deadpool movie because it was an MCU Disney movie.